How's it going, fellow Gundam fans? My name is Good Oyster. Welcome back to another review today for the second video for today. And today we're going to be reviewing the Dark Dagger L from the Gundam Seed Destiny series. When So basically, the Dark Daggers, they're basically the same model as the Dagger L's. For regular standard upgrade, basically they're newer or supposedly be better than the regular daggers during the first season on for Seed for regular Gundam Seed. There have been numerous different variants of daggers that the the Earth forces have made in the past. Though this one reminds me of the Dagger Slaughter from the Stargazer the little special show or the little I want to say a little series or the movie. Can't tell between whether it was a movie or a series, like a 4 or 3 episode type of series or so. But during on the beginning episode of Gundam Seed Destiny, the Dagger L was more likely a I would assume that the Dark Daggers were meant for Black Ops operations or recon or insurgent points. I don't know if the color variation of it made it look like that it wasn't flying any Earth forces colors, so that the Vazaft forces didn't deemed it to be a member of Earth forces. It could be like a pirate, like how with Gundam Age, the Gundam Age show, where on season the Arc 2, no, sorry, Arc 3, when Asamu's crew were like basically the pirates, and he turned his he had some pirate members who had like some of the Shao dolls, or some like the GX's models that look like it, but they were like outfitted for piracy and all that. So, but these particular models were under command of Roanoke. It was Roanoke, I believe his name is, but truly it was Mula Flaga. So Roanoke, the current Mula Flaga, when he's brainwashed, he would have like a small number of daggers in their ship that were. I think they only had like 3 or 4 of these daggers because their main objective was to capture the other set of G weapons that the Zap forces were making, basically the Chaos, the Abyss, and Gaia. So the first 2 set of daggers that we've seen would be going into the ship's harbor and basically using the rocket launchers to immobilize the ships and basically destroying the port so that they wouldn't be followed out or pursued by any Zap forces to retaliate against the assault. Then later on, I think Ray shot one of them down or shot both of them down. Then later on, during the crashing of uh, the one of the ruins of the plant ruins when Atheron's mother passed away, and then that was a spark of the war between the Naturals and Coordinators. So during that instance, when a rogue Coordinators movement were going to send down that crater down to Earth and basically destroy it, in my theory, I think they were ordered by Chairman Durandal to basically spark out a war. That there hasn't been true motive or showing actual evidence of it, because Chairman Durandal is really a shifty motherfucker. But I do believe he had the reason in order to spark up war, and also sparking up the Blue Cosmos to start back up their hatred for the Coordinators. But so after those certain episodes, we haven't seen any other Dark Daggers in later on in the show. Now I don't know if there's more popping up from the remaster. I'm just going off from the knowledge from the standard. I mean, the original casting of Gundam Seed Destiny series. Now, there could be more during the remaster. I haven't got a chance to watch the remaster series, which I do have, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be rewatching all the Gundam shows just for kicks. But what I do like on the daggers, they remind me so much of the gems. I don't know why. It feels like the GMs are my favorite mass production style because of their visor, and also the way that they were like the main reason why the Federation was able to mass produce so quickly and then have huge numbers, and to just there's send them out there, I guess. Same thing for like the daggers, the Adels, the Shadows. The Shadows from Age actually reminds me a whole lot like the daggers of this one, which I love. I love them very much. So what so the shield is basically the same thing. Like I mentioned, everything on on this dagger is the same thing. Also, it has two beam sabers they can put on the hilts, and also the side skirt. Hold on, zoom in. The side skirt would carry the basically the daggers, knives like the Schneiders, and also by standard weaponry, they would also be equipped with a carbine rifle. Um, it's interesting to where they don't use any other rifles bigger than that besides the Wyndhams using their rifles. All right, so let me go ahead and switch the position for it with the rocket launcher. All right, with it being equipped with the rocket launcher, it seems this rocket launcher is really easy for, honestly, I just think it's just really easy for the models to be having it on his shoulder, comparison between the others in the past, like the DOMs, the RX-70 models, or any of the other gym models, or even the certain, I guess, certain Gundams actually have certain rocket launchers that don't fit on there correctly because you got to move like the wrist with the ball joint down more, and you have to like get the shoulder, sorry, the forward arm on the mobile suit to like get really close, kind of like how it's doing on the fire mechanism. Um, I have this looks like a brand new type of rocket launcher that the Earth forces would have instead of how Kira's Strike Gundam would use for underwater combat with the goons and I forgot the other underwater mobile suit that he fought with that basically used the the sword, uh, basically the beam sword. Now, this is how the difference on how far out the magazine on the rocket launcher is going to be at. I do like it that it looks like it's a banana shape of a standard rocket launcher, but it's a lot more skinnier. So hopefully, since it's a lot smaller of a magazine, so it might shoot out like small piercing or precision rounds. I might be wrong on that, so I'm not. Hold on. Okay. I dropped him. He's a slippery little guy. He's like, dang, I really need to clean this laptop. There's a bunch of dust everywhere. Holy crap. Okay. Um, like in my eyes, like there, you can barely see stuff. Well, my phone can see so much dust. Okay, unimportant. Um, so definitely, oh, also that on its heads, it would also have two Vulcans on each side of its head and also from its chest point. As you can see, the little nubs and the groove down there. Uh, let's look about the beam sabers. All right, here it is. We equipped the beam saber. I know I could equip the second one on there, but I kind of just want to have it in like a defensive stance position, like as if the dagger is getting ready to block a melee attack, and then he's ready to counter attack with the beam saber. Um, yeah, I changed a little bit of its footing positions as well. So there's really not that much to show on the beam sabers. They're basically the same thing as the Dagger L's and also the Wyndham beam sabers. It's just that there's just different colors. Unfortunately, I know that this video is going to be small. It's just that there's not that much information on the Dark Daggers. Like I said on the previous video on the Demi Garrison, I did not do a further research on these. I'm pretty sure the main job of these Dark Daggers are infiltration units, or also for recon as well. I have not seen, speaking of recon, since I know the Zaft has a reconnaissance gin. I'm surprised there ain't no reconnaissance version of the daggers or like a mobile armor. Ooh, that would be awesome if they brought back, if they make the mobile armor for the Earth Forces like the first season of Gundam Seed, because that would be interesting to review. I have seen the early grade of Mula Flaga's his mobile armor that was like remade. I saw it on eBay. I'm gonna try to get that in the future and make a review of it. And also, you can actually. Sorry. I just remembered now in my head. So with the Dark Dagger L, basically the same thing as the Dagger L and the Wyndham, you can equip it with similar jetpack parts or other parts from like the Strike Gundam, the G Launcher, the G Sword, and the G Ale, which Aerial, I want to say Aerial, or the flight pack for the Wyndhams, and also the two cannons and the nuclear warheads on the shoulder pads. Basically, it's as long as the daggers have the back end of like the strike Gundam, as if you see right here where the hole is at, you can definitely equip it to the daggers or to, I guess, anything, I guess. Well, any daggers and Gundam related, like Gundam Strike related. But I actually do have the G launcher and the shield and the sword, um, which I do need to build later on and actually try that on to any of the daggers, or I mean particularly this dagger, and see how it looks. And also, I have it's also the ale version too. So basically, it's everything in everything in two separate boxes or three. No, it's two. Sorry. The G Buster and the G Sword are together, and then the aerial and the rocket pack and some sort of blade is together with it. So basically, if you have the revive version of the Strike Gundam, you can actually have the perfect pack or the perfect Strike Gundam like the remaster series. There is another the Strike Gundam the perfect Strike Gundam with all the weapon components on it in the older version of a model. You can get those too. It's just that it's going to be hard to get because I think the only way you can get them is either eBay or Amazon. I have seen it on Amazon. I think I have it on my wish list. But I will try to do the regular weapon choices pieces so that we can put on the dagger. Also, if you guys remember a particular dagger, there was like an MSV. It was one of those 105 dagger companies. It was like the dark blue in certain colors as well. There's like another type of model of a like Mula Flaga's armor, mobile armor, but it shoots out beams instead of regular like the cannons that have fought against the Jins or the Buster. But you can also mount it on its back. I'm pretty sure it would fit on this dagger or any of the daggers or Wyndhams or the Strike Gundam or Gundam Strike Rouge. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for now. I do recommend. I always going to end up recommending you guys a lot of the models that I get, but it's really entirely up to you guys. I have I have a huge favorite series, which would be the Gundam Seed franchise. I just love the story, the character development, and the mobile suits. There's so many mobile suits throughout all the Gundam shows that many of us hopefully wish to have as a model in the future. for every grade, but that's just wishful thinking because I know that it has to do with popularity. I believe for certain models have to be, or like a signed petition to like make these models. But what I was also going to mention is that I have seen the Gundam Seed movie, basically Gundam Seed Freedom movie, and I really liked it, really enjoyed it. I watched the dub, but I might rewatch it for the sub because I was hoping the English cast voice actors would have did a better performance on dubbing. This is a smidge. This is a really a smidge type of pronunciation on the character's name, and the only reason I say that is they have the actress who play as Hinata from Naruto or certain other characters in the past. They would make in the movie for the English dub. They would make Lacus Klein saying her name in basically the original dub. They would pronounce her name correct, even the sub for Lacus Klein. And what still gets me from the remaster of Gundam Seed and possibly Destiny is on there is that they'll say her name is Lacus, and that gets me a little bit to where I'm like, there's no O in there. There's no O in there. It's Lacus, not Lacus, Lacus. But you don't have to hear my complaint and saltiness and basically you get what I'm saying. But I really did enjoy watching the Gundam Seed Freedom. I really like the story to where it shows the romance between Lacus and Kira finally for the both of them to say their true feelings towards each other. And it would be awesome if they would have made a spin-off of the Gundam Seed franchise to where like Kira and Lacus get married, and Atherin and Kagala get married, and they have kids, and then later on they take on the will, not will, but like take on like a sort of like a future situation, or nothing at all. Nothing at all. You never know. But it is a good thing that the Earth forces have no longer need for Blue Cosmos members, so they're going after remnants of Blue Cosmos, which is a pretty dang good thing that the Earth forces have deemed it necessary to reform their government. Uh, what I did was what I was surprised is that they brought back the Destroy Gundam, and I thought they only made like only six of the. Actually, yeah, only six. No, not six of them. No, actually, they made quite a few of them. I'm surprised they had the money and resources to make multiple of those. I think they had like total of seven, but there was like another one, a last one that they kept as a trump card for the Freedom movie. But either way, there was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. Really liked the action, and also re-seeing some of the characters and their relationship got better. By relationship, I mean like romantic relationships. But you get what I'm saying, I guess. But anyways, if you guys are a huge Gundam Seed fan or a huge Gundam fan in general, if you guys happen to not get the Dagger L, this used to be on a P Bandai I was going to get as well, or it was on another website called Big Bad Toy Store, but they're asking too much. I would say look on P Bandai before you go onto a different site, because certain sites ask you way too much. And knowing me, I want to try to give you guys the best, cheapest prices that you guys can, whatever you want it be to spend on. So you guys don't have to spend like close to $100. Some models aren't worth $100. Just depend the rarity, I guess, if it stopped making them, etc. But I did got this with my Demi Garrison on eBay, so I would say unfortunately you'll have to look this on eBay to see if they're obviously they're on there. But like I said, definitely have this model in your collection if you're a big Gundam Seed fan or just a Gundam fan in general, or if you are collecting unique models, whether it's from, I mean, they're all over from different mecha animes. If you guys want to add this on there too, by all means get him, and I'm pretty sure he might be worth it. Easy, pretty easy and pretty fun to build, honestly, since he's like a mass production grunt unit or a special grunt unit. Anyways, if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any comments or any opinions or better historical information and manufacturing information for me, put it down in the comment section. I will also be posting my gameplay videos. If you guys want to look at my gameplay videos, click on the link and give it a gander. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next review. Later.